Hi and welcome to the vlog. Today we're starting the vlog. It's probably only going to be like a 4-day vlog, but it's going to be full of me finishing books that I'm at least half of the way through, mostly. The first book that I want to finish is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I'm loving this. I think it's so good, but I am 416 pages in and my audiobook is due today from Libby, so I will be finishing this one today. Really doing 3 hours. This one is doing 12 hours, so that's what I'll be moving on to next today. And like, I'm halfway done with an itty bitty novella. It's really good so far though. I'm loving our main character, Aveen. She's a dead assassin, so she has no past memories, but accidentally comes into contact with her past self, and that's a whole thing. And she's funny, so loving this too. I am 138 pages into The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. It's about how the different boroughs of New York kind of manifests into human beings and they have to save New York. And like, I'm not super into New York as a fantasy concept, but N.K. Jemisin is doing it again. I am loving this. It also has like these eldritch creatures that are the antagonists, and I'm loving them too. Next we have Immortal Dark, and I lost my bookmark, but I'm pretty sure I'm right around 220 pages. This is about vampires and dark academia. It's an all-black cast. And I love our main character, Kidan. She just like gets shit done. She's like, oh, there's a problem. I'm going to axe it down and fix it. And I love that about her. She's trying to figure out what happened to her sister and has accused this vampire of the house that she has to live in. And it's actually not him, is what we've discovered so far, halfway through the book. But I just really like the characters, and a lot of the situations that she finds herself in are manufactured to produce different tropes, but like, I don't care. I love it. I would also really like to both start and finish Rage of Dragons this weekend, but I think that's kind of a big ask. I think this is like a 600 pages. 500 pages. That makes it totally doable. But wait, there's more. I also got the arc for Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones on my Kindle yesterday, and I obviously started it immediately, and I'm really liking it so far. It's going to be a epistolary kind of novel because there's a lot of like journal entries and letters and stuff, and it's just what I really, really want to read right now. So hopefully I can do that, and also finish the arc for Listen to Your Sister by Nina Viel, because I was loving it. I was loving it before I stopped reading it, 85%. That one I can definitely finish too. So that's my stack for this weekend. I took Thursday and Friday, today's Thursday, off because I was supposed to go to Romanticycon, but then I was like, I'm scared of planes right now because they're all crashing, and I also kind of just don't want to because I didn't get any of like the timed slots with the two authors that I really, really wanted to see, and then they both pulled out yesterday. So I'm glad that I'm not going. But I kept the days off of work because like I already had them. And now I just get to read, and I'm about to go to the gym and then visit some bookstores because the gym that I go to is kind of like not convenient for me, but it is next to some bookstores, which is convenient for me. Not convenient for my wallet though. But those are for short form content. Those are for TikTok, but I can show you some like B-roll, some music behind it and make it all aesthetic. And I'll check in with you probably when I finish Children of Blood and Bone, because I only have 3 hours left to finish it, and that should hopefully be fine. We're going to be talking about this book, but I need it to set you on, so just know that we're talking about this book. Yeah. Okay, Children of Blood and Bone. I think that I need to sit on my ratings for longer, because sometimes when I look back at my ratings, I'm like, we're not the same. That's not what I rated that book. So I do want to sit on it for a while, but I think it might be a 5-star book. It was so good. I was so invested. One of the bookstores that I'm going to today is a Black-owned, all-black bookstore. Like, all the books are by Black authors, which is super cool, especially for Portland, Oregon, which I'm pretty sure is like the whitest major city in the US. And I don't know. I just feel like I need the second one. I don't know when I would get to it though, so maybe I should wait. I'm going there anyway though. I need to find a book to buy. Does anyone else feel that way, where you have to buy a book in an indie bookstore, or you like feel bad? I don't know. That's just how I feel. And sometimes indie bookstores just are stocking popular titles, which like is a smart business decision, like as they should. However, I have most of the popular titles that I want, like the really popular ones, so it's sometimes hard for me to find something to purchase from them. Like if they have merch, that's an easy, that's what I'm buying type of situation. I love an indie bookstore tote bag. I love an indie bookstore sticker. All of the above. So as long as they have merch, I'm usually good, but I don't know that this one does. I'm really fucking this up. I loved Children of Blood and Bone. I loved Zadie. I loved Amari, like the two girls. I love that they got to have a friendship. And then that was not something that either of them had really gotten to experience before. And I'm looking forward to book 2. I have also started again The Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Djeli Clark. It's like an action movie that has like a very witty protagonist. She'll have funny one-liners after she absolutely kicks the shit out of someone, and I'm enjoying it. I also feel like this is going to be the appropriate length for a book like this. I got to hear him talk about it, and he's like, yeah, I couldn't get it short enough to qualify for like novella awards, but he didn't want to make it any longer either, and I respect that. Also, not going to the gym for a while and then going again is so humbling. I only did a few exercises, and I was going to do cardio after like weights and stuff, but I almost threw up doing one of my weights exercises, so I left. Maybe we'll go on an outdoor walk later because it's like the only day in the next like week that's not supposed to rain. There's a bookstore within walking distance, but I think I have to repark anyway, so I'm gonna repark, and then my goal is to hit probably three more bookstores, buy as few books as possible, because it's mostly for filming content, because I'm an influencer, obviously. But I'm trying to read down my physical TBR, and it's not going well. I just keep getting books. And I'm still reading I'm reading the books that I'm getting, and also the books that are already on my physical TBR. I'm just not doing it at a good rate. You'll probably get some B-roll of the bookstores with some lo-fi non-copyright music, and then at that point I should at least be done with Dead Cattail Assassins, if not having moved on to the next book. And we're just gonna see how many books that I can get through in the next 4 days. I am also hoping that I like them all. And the more I'm thinking about Children of Blood and Bone, the more I'm thinking it's a 5-star. So we're starting off with a 5-star. That's pretty good. I do feel that probably might not hold true though. Although I'm really enjoying all of the books that I'm reading. Yeah, I can't think of any book that I'm like, I don't want to read that one. I want to read them all, which is the problem, which is why I'm in the middle of 75 books. Okay, I will see you when, hopefully not a book haul, but hopefully a bookstore haul. Book merch. Trying to think if I need to buy books for anyone. One of my friend's birthdays is coming up. I could buy her a book. She probably wouldn't get to it very soon, but that's okay. She's a very slow reader. She reads books at 0.75. That's insane. I told her that I read books at 2 times speed, and she also thought I was crazy, so different strokes for different folks, or whatever the fuck they say. Okay, now I'll see you when I see you. I have so much great news for you. You're gonna just be so excited. The first thing is I found my wallet that's been missing since November. Everyone clap. That means I have a $100 gift card to Lululemon again that I'm very excited about. I also finished Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Djeli Clark, and it was fine. I think I'm giving this like a 3.5 or 3.75. There were a lot of things I liked about it. The dynamic between Sky and Aveen was really good. It reminded me of Zombieland. Their dynamic and some of the fight scenes and stuff and the quips. That part I liked. It was almost a little boring though, even though it was so short. But I thought it was fine. Would I recommend it? Not over a lot of other things that are similar to this, to be honest. But I don't know. There were things I liked about it. Well, the next book that I think I'm going to get into is my buddy read for The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. My buddy is currently 42% into it, and I'm pretty sure she's on West Coast time too, and we'll probably read more tonight. So I'm hoping to get to chapter 10, which would be about 130 pages. I think I can manage that for today. And then the audiobook that I would get into is The Rage of Dragons, more than likely. And those are probably the only 2 books that I will touch tonight. A couple books that I'm in the middle of that I forgot to mention are Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Y. Davis, Ferguson, Palestine, and the Foundations of a Movement. It is my nonfiction for this month. I am not very far into it. I'm like 2% into it. But I would like to get this done this weekend too. It's only like 150 pages. And I have the audiobook from Libby, so I could tandem read or whatever I feel like doing. The only issue is that I do definitely want to annotate this, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and do that. But perhaps I will find a new coffee shop to go to after the gym tomorrow. I'm really beating the fuck out of this dust jacket, and I wish I would stop. But Death of an Author by Nadia Corfor. I started this with my Spotify audiobook hours and then ran out of them. And I was reading so many other things that I didn't feel like the need to continue. It was like 3 days to wait for it. But because some of my other Libby holds are expiring too, I don't know if I'll get to it this weekend, but I am in the middle of it, if you were curious. Do we want to see what I bought today? I went to 3 different bookstores. Those vlogs or like... These are bookstores that exist in Portland, Oregon. Will go up within the next month or so. I also stopped at Grand Gesture because I freaking love Grand Gesture and got The Lotus Empire by Tasha Suri. I've actually already read this book and I annotated the arc that I got of it, like the e-arc. So I'll probably put annotations in here later. And then I also got this sticker for a Valentine that I haven't sent out yet. Some things that I want to do tonight other than reading, so I will probably do them while I am listening to The Rage of Dragons, or get a Christmas present that I still haven't sent out ready. Some Valentines that I haven't sent out ready. And I would love to update my book journal a little bit, if not individual reviews, at least like the tracker pages, because I'm so behind. I'm like behind on January. I would love to get caught up through February this weekend. Maybe not tonight though. Tangents on Tangents. And then I went to Third Eye Books. Yeah, Third Eye Books and Accessories, which is a Black-owned, pretty much all Black authored books bookstore in Portland, Oregon. Or like at least focusing on the Black experience. And I got a few books from there. And then I got How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibrahim X. Kendi, because Turbo Does on TikTok was talking about it, and I was like, I want to be an anti-racist, so. Oh, yep. There it is. There's your little card. It's such a cute bookstore. It's like it's one of those Portland businesses that is in a house, that like they converted a house to be a business. And I just love it. And then another book, I don't know if I got rid of my copy. I can't find it anymore, but Friday Black by Nanakome Ajebrania, who also wrote Chain Gang All-Stars. I read this before Chain Gang All-Stars was even out, and I liked it. It was a it is a short story collection, kind of like Black Mirror-esque. It's really weird, but I wanted my own copy of it. And this was the only book that I was intending to get, and then I saw this one, and then I also ended up getting Children of Anguish and Anarchy, which is actually the third book, and I think it's out of my reach, Children of Blood and Bone. And I also ordered the second one from him, and it's being sent to my house, so I did drop a bag there, but I don't feel bad about it. It's Black History Month. Why are you getting mad at me? And then the last bookstore I went to was Spoken Word Books. She's so cute. She's in Milwaukee, Oregon, not Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Very confusing as a Midwest girl, that there is a town near Portland, near Milwaukee. The book that I got, I've already read, so it doesn't add to my physical TBR. Woo. Is A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. Siege Sorcery Sourdough. It's so cute. Definitely would recommend. I think it's technically YA, but I really liked it. And T. Kingfisher is apparently coming to Rose City Comic Con, so I will be getting a ticket to get my book signed from her. I also got a Protect Our Parks sticker, because I don't know if you know what they're doing to the national park system right now, but not good. And that sticker probably won't help anything, but it makes me feel better. A bookmark on how to help indie books, so if you were curious. I really need to sell books that I want to get rid of, because I have a lot of books that I just have no interest in having on my shelves anymore, and my storage system is getting to the point where it's a little bit dire. I'm also not I already told you I'm planning on reading like 130 pages of this today and then starting the audiobook for Rage of Dragons. I'm probably not going to finish another book today, but I'll update you before tomorrow, more than likely. I'm actually not going to promise that, because whenever I promise that I'm going to update you, I never do. But I'll update you at some point for some reason. Okay, bye. Good morning, team. I did not update you last night. I got not as far as I wanted to either in The City We Make by N.K. Jemisin, but it's going good so far. They have 3 of the boroughs avatars, I guess, together right now, and they're working on finding the other 2. And it's just been a lot of like them running around like chickens with their head cut off, but it's been really fun. I think that N.K. Jemisin is incredible at making interesting and unique magic systems, and I can't wait to read more from her. I think this is just a duology. It's completed. I have 2 books, so if there's no more books, then I'm hoping to finish the duology this month. What else do I want to read today? Probably The Rage of Dragons. My audiobook from Libby expires in 2 days, so that's going to be like a big focus for the next 2 days for me. And I would love to get at least halfway through before the audiobook expires. That's what we have to do for reading today. That's our daily reading. What do I need to do? What else do I need to do today? I need to go to the gym. That's what we're working on right now. I need to go to a couple more bookstores for filming purposes, so you might get another haul. Hopefully not though. Hopefully just like trinkets and stuff. And then I also need to go to the UPS store because there is a Christmas present that I actually need to mail. And then a couple Valentines that I still need to do. Would it be smarter to do those before I left for the gym? Probably, but I don't want to. I just want to go to the gym and get it done. Needs to happen today. I would love to clean for a little bit too here. It's not like our house is too bad, but like an hour of cleaning would do a lot for my brain. You know, does anyone else's brain feel better when your house is not disgusting? Ooh, and there's this Kindle case that I've been wanting to knit for months now, and I just keep not sitting down because like part of the reason that I wanted to knit is to listen to audiobooks and knit, but like there's so much about this pattern that I don't know how to do yet that I can't listen to an audiobook and just like turn my brain off yet, but hopefully soon. I think it's actually not that complicated. I just need to like give myself like an hour of concentrating time and then I should be good. But I'm really excited about it because she's cute and there's not a whole lot of like color work Kindle cases, and I don't know. I just want to make some more Kindle cases before I commit to like a full sweater and just like continually fuck up a sweater. I don't know if working on my reading journal is in the cards today, but I would love to do that too. I also need to do like some form of cardio at the gym today, and I will probably try and finish Listen to Your Sister there on my Kindle. Those are my thoughts. Okay, I will talk to you either when I have thoughts about a book or I finish one. Okay, bye. Hey, just got done with the gym. I did not finish Listen to Your Sister because I had like 52 minutes-ish left on it, and I was not doing 52 minutes on the Stairmaster. So I still have like a half an hour left, which is fine. I'll finish that up later today. It's nicer out than I expected though, so I might actually just want to walk outside instead of being on a treadmill, so that means I cannot walk outside and read on my Kindle. I'm not built like that. But I also am like 2-ish chapters into Rage of Dragons, which is like 2 hours. She's thick and the chapters are long. There's like multiple parts in each chapter though. I don't know why it's set up like that, but like extra accomplishment. I'm actually fine with it. So, and I'm loving it so far. The opening actually reminds me a lot of Blood Over Brighthaven, where there's super intense war scene and then it pivots to like character building and world building, and this one definitely has a lot more to do with the initial scene than Blood Over Brighthaven does, but like it's just like kind of the same whiplash, and I love that. I also am loving the world we're building so far. I'm loving our main character Tao. He's kind of like he's gonna be that like begrudging hero type. He's not super adept, he's not super willing, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Okay, it's not this. Something smells weird in my car. It could be anything. My car's a mess. And I'm addicted to energy drinks, like, especially right now, so I'm trying, as of right now, to cut them out. But this is decaf espresso. This is Fairlife, which I will not be purchasing anymore. I do purchase it from Costco. That's a slay. But they're apparently owned by Coca-Cola, and I did not know that. And so this will be my last pack of them. And I'll have to figure out another alternative. I am not drinking Premier Protein, so those are gross. Yeah. I would like this to have a little bit more of this in it, but we'll work on it. Now we're headed to a couple bookstores for content purposes. And one of them is in Oregon City, which is not that close to where I'm at right now. I think, well, in the grand scheme of Portland, it's not bad, but I think it's going to take me like 20 minutes to get there. And I don't think I'd go there on my own otherwise, but we'll see. It is like a books and gift store, and I do still need to send out those like Christmas and Valentine's Day present situations. So maybe I'll find some cute stuff to send, and it will be more worth my time. But and there's another bookstore that's also kind of on my way home from the first bookstore, and I've been to that one before, and she's very cute, and the neighborhood is very cute, like bougie, like rich white suburban families live there. But the bookstore is really cute, and I'm looking for a synonym of not Republican vibes, but I don't know. Inclusive is the word that I was looking for. Yeah. So that's what's on the agenda for now, and then I'm gonna go home and get stuff ready for the UPS store. And I have a couple packages coming, and I would love to wait because the UPS people near me know my name because I'm there so often. And I have some setting on my UPS where it's my pickup location for everything, and I need to switch it so it just comes to my house because, like, I work from home. There's not a good reason for me to be doing that. So that's what I am up to. I will update you when I have more reading updates. Bye. I remember to update you guys. Yay, claps for Madison. I'm like halfway done with A Rage of Dragons, which is pretty good because it's a thick book. I almost started the audiobook for Blood Trials because it's due sooner than The Rage of Dragons, but I just don't think I'm going to get them both done by the time The Rage of Dragons is finished, so I might just have to read that physically, which is totally fine. And I'm loving The Rage of Dragons so far. Our main guy, Tao, got his father killed, and now he wants revenge, basically. So he's trying to get into the military to honorably get revenge. And he has to go through these rounds of fighting and earn his spot in this military. And he kind of does that through a very interesting way. And he's not the biggest or strongest, but he is the most desperate. So that's how he's kind of moving forward in this story. Like, one of the rounds, he got absolutely ringed in the head, and head hits were illegal automatic disqualification. So that's how he moved forward against a better opponent. And I'm liking his character a lot. He's a very complex character. Like, he's not this archetype of a hero at all by any means, but I'm growing to love him. And we're also seeing his, like, childhood love, his back home love, Zuri, I think her name is. That's going to be wrong. People are going to yell at me. But she is one of the gifted, which means she can wield this magic. Only women are gifted, and only some women are gifted. And they have found their way back to each other at the point of the story that I'm in. And also Tao is just starting to fight in battles and see what war is like. And it's not fun, surprisingly, for him, I guess. But he's having a harder time of it than I think he thought he was going to, and he also is starting to make friends. He is very much a loner, very much I'm getting revenge, this is my only goal, there's no time for anything else. I have to be the best that I can be to achieve this goal, but he is starting to make friends, he's starting to make other connections, and it's just really nice to see for him. I think that it's going to end up in breaking my heart, obviously. I think that's the goal of the story, so I am excited and anxious to continue with it. I finished Listen to Your Sister. I only had like 45 minutes left of that or whatever, and it was pretty good. I'm giving it like a 4-star. The horror wasn't really horroring for me. It was more of like an emotional family story, but the emotional family story aspects work, and I definitely see why it's compared to Jordan Peele. I think that's a pretty accurate comp. To finish out my night, I'm going to continue Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I would love to get this done this weekend too, but I definitely have a lot left. I don't think it's going to tell me how many pages I have left. No. But it does say that I have about 7 hours left of it. I'm only 5% in, so I guess that makes sense. But I would love to finish this one too. I have obviously a couple other books that I'm working on right now. I'm still shooting for to finish this weekend is Buffalo Hunter Hunter, Death of the Author by Nydia Okorafor, Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, and I would really love to finish Immortal Dark by Tika Skirma because I've been halfway through that for a very long time, and I would love to finish it. So those are the goals. There are like 2 days left in the weekend. We'll see if that even happens. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. I will probably talk to you in the morning. Okay, bye. I haven't talked to you all day. It's like 8 p.m. now. I did go to the library and drop some books off that I was done with. I didn't grab anything new. Nothing really struck my fancy. And like, I'm trying to get through this physical TBR. You know what I mean? And I haven't finished a single book today, unfortunately. I am halfway through Freedom is a Constant Struggle, and it's so good. It's not dense. I wouldn't call it dense, but there is a lot of information in it, and I'm doing it at an appropriate pace, I feel like. So I will probably finish this tomorrow, though. I am excited to finish it. And then this is how far I am into Death of the Author. And we're just getting into the sci-fi part of things now with this one. She's written her book. She's enjoying some success. She's in a wheelchair. I don't think that that's really mentioned in a lot of the blurbs that I see. And it's obviously good to have disability rep, but she's getting these mechanical parts so that she can walk again. It's like an exoskeleton of sorts. And it's hard. Her body is not used to even being upright, let alone moving like that. But she's having a good attitude so far. I'm really, really enjoying this. I feel like so much has happened. Not that I'm tired of reading it, but I feel like in only, I guess it's 200 pages, but in 200 pages, so much story has happened, and I'm loving it. I am definitely going to need to check out more from Nydia Okorafor, for sure. Gosh, the tabs match the book so well. I am almost done with this one. I am 375 pages into The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. All of the boroughs still have not met yet. The racist one, I guess, the one from the suburb, has still not met all of the other personified boroughs. And they also still have not found the main avatar that we met at the very beginning of the story, which is New York itself. And I'm anxious for that to happen. We've gotten a lot of scary, maybe not scary, but we've gotten a lot of creepy, like, monster stuff happening. It's been very tense. I've been stressed out, and they are forming a trauma bond, basically. And a couple of other cities have gotten involved, and it's just really good. It feels very, very different from the Broken Earth trilogy, but not in a bad way, just in a unique way. Like, I love both of them for different reasons. And then for The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winters, it's like 60% of the way through it. This is still so freaking good. Tao has fought some battles now. He's really struggling. He is basically back in the place that he started. He has attacked pretty much the same person and is very nearly being put to death for the person that he attacked. And I think he's on the run again. So we have circled around to where we started. He is still not as good of a fighter as he needs to be. And he's leaving Zuri behind again. With people this time, with his like warband or whatever, a group of people, but still not doing great. Also, we haven't gotten a whole lot of dragons in this yet. I'm excited to get to some dragons. And I would love to finish this tonight. That's the goal, is to finish The Rage of Dragons. I am going to pop in my little audiobook and work on my reading journal. I am super, super behind. I don't think I'm going to work on the individual pages, but there's a lot of like tracker stuff that I can catch up on while listening to an audiobook. So that's what I'm gonna do. Happy Sunday, y'all. My tripod broke, so you're being held gently with my hand right now. I thought we would just do a little reading update. So, for as far as this weekend goes, the only physical book that I finished is Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Jelly Clark. And I also finished Listen to Your Sister by Nina Viel, which was an arc. I have not picked this up at all. I still have like 200 pages left of Immortal Dark. Can I get that done today? We shall see. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I have this much left. I can get that done today. Sorry, I'm probably not holding you super steady. Death of the Author. I'm about halfway done with. I think I can finish that today just because I have the audiobook. Freedom is a Constant Struggle. I'm halfway done with. I would love to sit in a coffee shop and just hang out with that book. And then Rage of Dragons, I'm almost done with, but I needed a break from it last night, so I didn't finish it. And I switched over to Death of an Author. And also just like didn't read some. I just watched YouTube. It's just how it goes sometimes. But I need to go to the gym where I will listen to an audiobook. I haven't decided which one. And then I will come back and get to reading. So I'll see you then. So I finished Rage of Dragons and I think I'm going to give it like a 4.75. It was just like not quite a 5-star book for me, and I want to be stingier with my 5 stars this year. But I did love it. I loved how I love a good revenge story. I love a good, like, fighting for revenge story, and that's absolutely this. Like, dragons, not really. Rage, yeah. And he was very behind in his fighting skills, and in order to be up to par with where he needed to be, he entered this dream realm full of demons that usually only the gifted, so the women, could hit, but for some reason he can. And that's where he would train, and he would just die over and over again because they are impossible to defeat. But it didn't really actually like affect him physically when he was awake. So that is how he got better at fighting. And he fights with 2 swords, which is also just something that is not really happening in this world. And it's just so cool. I cannot wait to get to the second book, and I loved it. I would totally recommend it. It reminded me a lot of the Bloodsword Saga by John Gwynne. If you have read that and liked it, you're gonna like this too. I'm gonna move on to Immortal Dark now, and hopefully maybe I can finish that tonight too. It'll be a stretch, but we'll see. Okay, bye. Okay, so it is Monday morning, in fact, and I did not finish all the books that I wanted to, but I did finish them this morning, other than the nonfiction book that I was reading, so I'm counting it as a win. I stayed up too late finishing Immortal Dark yesterday, and it was so good. It is so spuffy coated. I loved their relationship. It's so toxic, and I loved it. I'm so excited for book 2. This should not be YA though. I don't know why this is marketed or categorized as YA. It's not. It had some fade to black scenes, but also so many scenes where everybody was naked in a bathhouse. Like, it's just not YA. It's also about adults. Like, they're full on adults. So yeah, not YA, but I loved it. I would totally recommend it. It's my first 5-star romantasy in like 6 months. So I definitely count that as a win. And yeah, I would totally recommend it. Now this morning, the first book that I finished was Death of an Author by Nnedi Okorafor. I loved this. I'm giving it 4.5 stars, I think. I did think it was going to be a 5-star book, but I loved it. It was much more of a slice of life story than it was like a sci-fi story. And usually one of the things that I absolutely hate, absolutely a deal breaker for me, is a book within a book. Just like write 2 books. I don't like it, but I was invested in both the book that we were getting that the author in the book wrote and also the book that the author wrote. I loved Zaylu's story, and I thought that she was such an interesting character to follow. And I can't wait to check out more from Nnedi Okorafor because this is my first Nnedi Okorafor, and I know that she's written the Binti series, which I obviously need to check out. This was also really close to being a 5-star, but it is again a 4.5-star, which I'm not mad at all. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin is so funny. It's a very dry, like roll your eyes kind of humor. Like the character that is being funny is also rolling their eyes. And I think that the Broken Earth trilogy is so serious, so dark, so bleak that it's a bit hard to be funny in a series like that. But I think that N.K. Jemisin's humor really shines through in this one. It was so funny. I'm very excited to check out the second book, and I'm excited to check out more from N.K. Jemisin, obviously. And that's all I have for you for this vlog. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, give me a little robot emoji for Death of the Author, and I will see you next time. Bye!